Okay, let's give you a little test drive of what this 365 Stratomatic experience looks like. We'll go to the website, which is 365.stratomatic.com, and navigate there. I'm the commissioner of this Lansing Rotisserie League Stratomatic Season 8. This is our 8th season. This is the homepage for me as the commissioner, and you can see here are the teams that have joined. I'm at the top of the list. CMR is in there. This is Dennis, Law and Order. And look, we have one spot available, and that would be for you. So we hope you'll join. Anyway, we have a live draft. What we do is we have a draft. You can set auto draft settings if you want to, and beginners generally like to do that. But then we also have a period of time where you can fix your roster if you realize you've made some picks that you don't actually want, or if you want to tailor it to fit your division that you're playing in, or just other thoughts that have occurred to you after the draft that you said, "Oh, I shouldn't have drafted that guy. I want this guy instead." We give you some time to be able to do that, like 24, 48 hours, something like that. But anyway, this is the next season. This is the one I hope you're able to join. But what I want to do is show you what a little bit more about what the game account looks like. So let's have a look at a past season, and because that, let's go to the last season that we played, and here is the home page that would be your experience when you're a player. So every morning you come in and you have a look, and your 3 game results from the night before show up here. You can see right now that all the data is hidden. That's a setting you can choose to kind of hide that information so that you can go in and watch the game. If you want to that way, you can click this and it'll actually replay the game for you. So you can see here's my leadoff guy, Eddie Stanky, batting against Negro Leaguer Bill Bird, and he grounds out to third. Denny Hocking of the Twins was next. He singles. Hank Thompson strikes out. And then Gates Brown comes up and singles, Hocking to third base. And Bobby Mercer singles, driving in Hocking. And then Sam Rice of the old Washington Senators grounds out to end the inning. So this is kind of a little bit about what the game play experience is like for you, just to give you a taste of that. Stratomatic also generates a play-by-play recap, or I'm sorry, a recap of the game, which is always pretty amusing and sometimes hilarious. And then there's also a full box score here. You can see just like as if you were picking up the paper and looking at the box scores. All the information in here, all the details, et cetera, et cetera. So the league, you can look at the standings, and here is how the standings finished last year. So the Bubs is my son Evan. He won the championship, actually. I finished a dismal third with a 77 and 85 record. Dennis finished third also. And then CMR is down here. That's Bill Ryan. His son Christopher is in here as well. So there's a good sprinkling of former Larlers in here. And so you won't feel like there's all strangers, although there's a few strangers in the league even to me. So we've opened it up to some Stratomatic players from across the world in order to fill our leagues. But you can see there's also transactions. It lists all the pickups, drops, and ads for the previous day, et cetera, and injuries, the schedule. You can see what your specific team stats looks like here. So here are my pitchers and all their stats. And here are my hitters, all their stats. You can see that Bobby Mercer led my team with 41 homers last year, et cetera, et cetera. So that's kind of cool. As far as the player pool, I wanted to give you a look at that. So we'll take a look at the player pool in here. You can see here all the players that are currently not on rosters in the league that I just showed you. We'll take a look at, and they're ranked based on their salary. So we have $100 million salary cap, and you can see the percentage that any one of these players would take up of your salary cap. It goes all the way down to 50 cents. So the top player, the most expensive player in the league is Babe Ruth. I think he's $17.25 or something like that. And we've got some guys who are just 50 cents, scrubs, bench warmers, etc. So we'll take a look at Frank Thomas, 1994. Here are all the seasons that Frank Thomas has in Stratomatic ATG 9. Um, I'm looking at his 1994 season, but there's also the 93 and 97 seasons. Here is his card for 1994. So you can see it's a pretty good card if you remember what this looks like. There's his defense, his bunting, his ability to hit and run, his running speed, 1 to 12 out of a possible 1 to 17. Stealing, he's rated D, that's pretty poor. But then down below is something that's very helpful for quickly assessing how good a card this is. This gives you a nice little bar chart of on base chances and different types of on base chances for this player for this season. And so you can see that he's rated at the Kingdom, which was my home ballpark last year. But I could choose any of the other. You can choose your own ballpark once you play, and there's probably 150 of them to choose from, different seasons, all types of ballparks, Negro League. There's a couple of versions of Tiger Stadium and Comerica Park in there, etc. But what we're looking at here are just all the ballparks that were in our league last year. So Tiger Stadium, we can see what the Big Hurt would look like in Tiger Stadium, 99. Or we could take him to more of a pitcher's ballpark. And you can tell a pitcher's ballpark because these ratings here are ability to hit singles in that ballpark, and then the last two numbers are ability to hit lefty righty home runs in that ballpark. So let's see. Here's Forbes Field 65. That was a very difficult park to hit homers in, but a pretty easy one, especially for lefty hitters to hit singles. And you can see how dramatically the Big Hurt's bar chart reduces, trying to loft that ball over the deep brick walls of Forbes Field. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, that's a taste of it. We can show you what the pitcher's card looks like real quick too. They are also rated salary-wise in descending order. Greg Maddux is the most expensive one, his 95 card amongst the free agents. And you can see down here, hopefully this looks familiar to you, but he's pretty stingy as far as giving up, letting guys on base. And he's got a hold rating for stealing. He's got a fielding rating, hitting, bunting, ability or tendency to give up box and wild pitches, exactly 0. This is a very, very good pitching card. But again, he's almost $13, so you have to really consider if you're going to roster a guy this expensive. And here are all his other seasons. Okay, so I hope that gives you a little taste of what it looks like. If you have any other questions, please shoot them past me. But hey, one spot remaining. I hope you'll jump up and grab it. Let me know how I can make that possible for you. Thank you.